It is time for week 3 of the 2021 MLB Power Rankings, so that's what I'm going to do in today's video. But before I get into this video, so everybody receive you to watch these videos and not subscribe, so get your life together, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like, and let's go ahead and get into this video with week 3 of the 2021 MLB Power Rankings. Coming in at number 30 for the third week in a row is going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates here. They have a 3-6 record currently in 5th place in the NL Central. Now, it's no secret that the Pirates are not a good team here. They have had some bright spots this year in Phillip Evans, their third baseman, who has currently three home runs, 4 RBIs, and .393 batting average. So he's been pretty decent this season. Colin Moran's been pretty solid, .313 batting average, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. We haven't got to see a lot of Ke'Bryan Hayes just because he's been on the injured list. And for their pitching, Richard Rodriguez has been a bright surprise for this team. But besides that, that's kind of it for this team that's been decent. So yeah, Pirates come in at number 30. They have some valuable pieces maybe going into the trade deadline, maybe with a Richard Rodriguez. But if I'm a fan of this team, I'm looking heavily towards the future. With O'Neal Cruz, Mitch Keller, all those players coming up. That's what I would be really looking towards right now. Coming in at number 29, I'm going to go with the Texas Rangers. The Rangers hitting has been very good so far. Nate Lowe has been going crazy with a .235 batting average, not great, but 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. You've also got Isaiah Kiner for left, who's been pretty decent, .263 batting average, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Joey Gallo has been decent, .250 batting average, along with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. Yeah, so Nate Lowe looks like a steal of a pickup right now. Dane Dunnings looks so good, or really good so far, in his just one start, I think. But besides that, the Rangers' rotation has kind of looked trash, just kind of like we were expecting. If we're being honest, it's not been very good at all. So yeah, the Rangers come in at number 29. Coming in at number 28. Big drop from last week here. Miami Marlins. The Marlins are just not playing good baseball right now. It's very simple in my opinion. They are just not playing very good baseball. They're 2-6 right now, and 4th in the NL East. They're just not very good right now. Their hitting is not good. It's not good at all. That's their big problem here. Their hitting, they cannot hit. They cannot score runs. But their pitching has been pretty decent. Sandy Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, Trevor Rogers, all their pitching's been pretty decent. But their hitting, they just cannot score a run. Adam Duvall's not been very good, who they picked up this offseason. Josh Chisholm's not been very good. Jesus Aguilar's been okay, along with Starling Marte. This team, it's just not looking too good right now for this Miami Marlins team. So coming in at number 27, for the second consecutive week in a row, we're going to go with the Colorado Rockies, who are currently 3-7 in 5th place in the NL West. So far, Ryan McMahon has been on a tear. 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, and a .324 batting average here. Trevor Story, .286 batting average, 0 home runs, 3 RBIs. Probably will be moved, most likely at the deadline. Garrett Hampson's been pretty solid. The batting average is low, but still, .206 batting average, 0 home runs, 6 RBIs. Along with Josh Fuentes, who's a player that not a lot of people were talking about, but he's that third base replacement for Nolan Arenado. 206 batting average for him as well, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Charlie Blackmon's not been very good, 182 batting average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. So yeah, John Nunez has actually been pretty solid. If he could get that batting average up, then he would be a lot better. But as far as their pitching, it's not been too good. Daniel Barr's been good. John Gray's been good. Austin Gomber's been pretty good. Herman Marquez has been pretty decent, but besides that, it's just not their pitching's bad. Just like you expected from the Rockies in a definitely not so pitcher friendly ballpark in Colorado. Next is the Diamondbacks here, who come in at number 26, dropping 1 spot from last week. They are currently 4-6 on the season. So for the Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte's on the injured list currently, and besides that, the hitting's kind of lackluster. You've got Asdrubal Cabrera, Stephen Vogt, and Eduardo Escobar, who have been pretty decent. But besides that, that's kind of it. The pitching, not really that great. Luke Weaver's been a solid pitcher, but Madison Bumgarner still is terrible. Madison Bumgarner, I just don't think he's going to return to that old self ever. If I'm being honest here, because simply he is just not looking like that old self at all. I don't think he's ever going to return to that. Like I said, so yeah, coming in at number 25 is going to be the Oakland Athletics. So the Oakland Athletics are currently 3-6 on the season, and the Athletics are not very good so far. It's brutal, but it's true. They're in 5th place right now, behind the Texas Rangers. Yes, they are on a 2-game winning streak, but whatever. So far it has just not been good. Matt Chapman's been terrible with 118 batting average, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Not very good, especially when you really, if you're the Oakland Athletics right now and you're not playing very well, you would want to trade play like a Matt Chapman for somebody. Matt Olson, 241 batting average, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. We know that Matt Olson's not going to hit for a particularly high batting average, but he's still going to produce power-wise and otherwise. So AJ Puck had a pretty good one outing. Yasmera Petit's been pretty good. Chris Bassett, Sean Manaea, Jesus Luzardo, like a lot of that pitching has just not been very good. Frankie Montas, none of those players have been that great for this Oakland Athletics team, and they really need some of those players to step it up, or they're just not going to be a very good team and probably will stay in the bottom of my power rankings. Moving down 4 spots from last week, I'm going to go with the Detroit Tigers here, who were at number 20 last week. 3-6 record currently. This Tigers team is not good. Like, they are not good at all. Like, they had their run. Akil Baddoo, definitely a bright spot on this team. They're 5th in the AL Central. Akil Baddoo's been very good so far. Wilson Ramos, it's an interesting player here. 273 batting average with 4 home runs and 4 RBIs. So he's been pretty good, but besides that, their hitting is kind of nothing. Julio Teheran's been really solid. And if Julio Teheran can be good, he's an asset at the trade deadline, along with Matt Boyd as well. Michael Fulmer's been pretty decent, but besides that, it's kind of just for this Tigers team. This Tigers team is not very good. They're obviously looking to the future with Spencer Torkelson, Matt Manning, Riley Green, and otherwise. Moving down 2 spots from last week, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Orioles here, who had a very impressive start to the season, but we all know it wasn't going to stay very long for the Baltimore Orioles. They're 4-5 right now, 2nd place in the AL East, but they're really tied because there's 4 teams with a 4-5 record. And Kyle Franco's been very good so far, 1 home run, 9 RBIs, and a 229 batting average for him, 219 batting average, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs for Anthony Santana. Trey Mancini's been good. His batting average is a little low, 189 batting average, but 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. And you've got Cedric Mullins, who's been very, very good to start the season. 459 batting average, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. Now to the pitching. John Means has been very good using a foreign substance, obviously. Bruce Zimmerman was very good in spring, but Matt Harvey not returning to that old self like maybe you would hope. But, yeah. Moving on to the next team at number 22, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Royals, who moved down 6 spots from last week. This Royals team is starting to even out. We knew that the pitching was just not very good coming into the season. That was pretty obvious that their pitching was not going to be very good for this Royals team. Yeah, for this Royals team. And, yeah. Okay, so for this Royals team, so far the hitting's been good. Whit Merrifield has showed some power with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, and a 393 batting average. Michael Taylor looks like an absolute steal right now with a 370 batting average, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs so far. Carlos Santana's been okay. Salvador Perez has been, both have not been very good. Jorge Soler, same thing. The pitching, not great. Danny Duffy had a good start. Scott Barlow, Jake Junis, Wade Davis maybe could return to that form. He's had 3 and 2 innings so far. Mike Minor's been, so yeah. Brad Keller's been bad too, who was a projected ace going into the season. So yeah. Coming in at number 21, I'm going to go with the Seattle Mariners. We moved down 3 spots from last week. They do have an over 500 record with 5-4, but I can't put the Mariners much higher. Yes, they are over 500, but still, it's going to have to even out at some point because this Mariners team is not really trying to win. Kyle Seager, is been very good. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a 3.14 batting average. Along with Mitch Haniger, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 2.70 batting average. Taylor Trammell, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. But he's got like a 180 batting average, which is not very good. They're pitching the people that you expected to be good. James Paxton's probably going to be done for the season with Tommy John. You've got Justin Dunn. You've got Justice Sheffield. This team is just, UC Kikuchi's been okay. But overall, this Mariners team has got to even out at some point. They're third in the AL West right now. So, yeah. Moving down 4 spots from last week, I'm going to go with San Francisco, or moving up 4 spots from last week, San Francisco Giants, who are 6-3 currently and are playing some good baseball here. But I don't know how much I can take into account for 10 games for this Giants team. I think I'm going to have to evaluate them. I'm going to have to evaluate them after they get done playing Cincinnati, because I think that will be a good test for them, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, now to the Giants. The Giants, Evan Longoria has been good this season, leading this team with a 3.33 batting average, 3 home runs, and 7 RBIs. Besides that, not much from the hitting side. Next is the pitching side. Jake McGee's been good. Kevin Gausman has been very good. Tyler Rogers has been good. They have some solid pitching, actually. Their pitching's been pretty solid, if we're being honest. So, yeah. Coming in at number 19, Chicago Cubs. Move up 7 spots from last week, 4-5 record. I don't really know how they move up 7 spots. I think teams are just kind of starting to even out, if I'm being honest. That's the only reason why they move up. They're not having a good start to the season at all. If I could, this Cubs team, I could really go on about them for hours, but I'm not going to in this video. Maybe that'll be another video for the future. Javier Baez, 242 batting average, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Chris Bryant, 233 batting average, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. From the pitching side, Craig Kimbrell's been great so far. Alec Mills has been pretty good. Jake Arrieta has been pretty good, maybe living up to that contract. Kyle Hendricks has been 3 ERA pitcher. So, yeah. Coming in at number 18, I'm going to go with the Washington Nationals, who moved down 9 spots from last week. Starting off the season 1-5, I do know that they have people in the COVID protocols. So that's partly because of that. But there's another sign of this Nationals team maybe just has a terrible World Series hangover. They're already 3.5 games back. They're on a 5-game losing streak right now. They're at St. Louis, who is pretty good so far, 5-4. I just don't know. Here with this Nationals team, not looking too good so far. 17, St. Louis Cardinals, who move up 5 spots from last week with a 5-4 record. They play Washington this week. They're 1 game back in the Central. This Cardinals team is not a bad team at all. It's just that last week it was just their simple pitching was not looking very good. Now let's go ahead and do an update on their team. Okay. So for the Cardinals here, Yadier Molina has actually been pretty solid. 1 home run, 7 RBIs, and a 367 batting average. Nolan Arenado, 333 batting average, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs so far. Paul Goldschmidt's really not been too great, if we're being honest so far. But as far as their pitching, Jordan Hicks has been pretty good, which is bright side for them. Alex Reyes as well. Jack Flaherty's not, though. He's got a 5 ERA. No. Carlos Martinez, 6 ERA, 8 ERA for Adam Wainwright. Like, their starting pitching is just not good. Not good at all. So I'll really have to see from this team. At number 16, moving down 1 spot from last week, is going to be the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, the Brewers don't really have a reason to go down, but still. 5-4 overall with their second in the NL Central right now. So Christian Yelich, 333 batting average, 0 home runs, 1 RBIs. I think this is the point where stats is kind of deceiving everybody because Christian Yelich has not been very good. Travis Shaw has been very surprising for this team. 308 batting average, 2 home runs, and 10 RBIs. Now, moving on to their pitching, Josh Hader's been good. He's already got 2 wins this season.
I mean, their relief pitching is about lights out, along with their starting pitching has been pretty much lights out as well. So overall, this Brewers team, especially if they can hit without Christian Yelich being really great, because Christian Yelich has just not been very good this season. Yeah. White Sox are at number 15 here, right in the middle. Finished last week at number 13, or last week we're number 13. They're 4-5 right now. And there'll be a video about them probably tomorrow or in the next few days here. But this White Sox team, like, they are, I don't know what it is. Like, I put teams in the World Series and they just do terrible. Their MVP from last year, Jose Brady, 216 batting average, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 536 batting average from Yerman Mercedes, who's been very good. Lance Lant's been good in his 2 starts. He's got a 0 ERA. Same with Garrett Crochet, Michael Kopech, Carlos Rendon. They've all been very good. But like Dallas Keuchel's been bad. Liam Hendricks has been terrible to start his White Sox career. And like I said, there will be a more in-depth video about the Chicago White Sox tomorrow. But that's just the basics there about the White Sox here this season. Not very good. 14's the Blue Jays. Who have they made a regression from last week? They were at number 5 last week, and now they're at number 14. They're 4-5 right now. Let's go ahead and look at this Blue Jays team. So for the Blue Jays. Alrighty, so for the Blue Jays, they are 4-5 right now. Actually, 5th in the AL, or 2nd in the AL East. It's so weird because like 4 teams are tied. Vladimir Guerrero has been good, 379 batting average, 2 home runs, and 8 RBIs. Same with Bo Bichette. He's been very good, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and a 270 batting average. Now going on to the pitching, who they have a lot of pitchers with just like a 0 ERA. Steven Matz, the change of scenery for him is looking a lot better. 1.46 ERA. Hyun-Jin Ryu's been good. Their pitching overall has been very solid. A lot of pitchers, like I said, just have 0 ERAs on this team. So if this Blue Jays team can put it all together with George Springer coming back, they are going to be dangerous. Moving up 6 spots from last week, I'm going to go with the Cleveland baseball team. They are 5-3 right now, leading the AL Central. The AL Central kind of seems wide open right now, just because no team in the AL Central has really been playing too well right now. But the hitting's been better than expected.
Now, it's not great by any means, and it's not going to be great. Franmil Reyes, 333 batting average, 4 home runs and 7 RBIs, 300 batting average, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs for Jose Ramirez. Roberto Perez has been a bright spot hitting wise. Jordan Luplo's been pretty decent. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and a 214 batting average. Their pitching's been good too. Emmanuel Clase, who they picked up in the Corey Kluber trade, Cal Quantrill, James Karinchak, Aaron Savali, Zach Plesac, Shane Beavers had a 3 ERA, but I'm sure he'll get it together. Tristan McKenzie's been good as well. This team overall, like if their hitting can be good, I personally think they can win the Central this year. I don't think it's that much of a hot take. Next is the Yankees, who moved down 4 spots from last week. They were at number 8 last week, coming in at number 12 this week. 4-5 record right now. This Yankees team, they just lost 2 games to the Rays, which I don't think is good at all for this Yankees team, considering the fact that I think that these Yankees and Rays games will determine the AL East, in my opinion. I really do think that they will determine the AL East here. So for the Yankees so far, Aaron Judge can't stay really healthy at all. Gary Sanchez, 296 batting average, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Let's see here. Brett Gardner, terrible. Giancarlo Stanton. I could go on a rant about Giancarlo Stanton for an hour. 1 home run, 7 RBIs, and a 188 batting average. Seriously? Okay. All right. So for the pitching here, their pitching's been pretty solid. A lot of pitchers with a 0 ERA. Not too big of a sample size here. Garrett Cole, 1.46 ERA. Jameson Tyne with a 3 ERA. Which if you can get a 3 ERA out of Jameson Tyne, I would be happy with that. But what I wouldn't be happy with is something that's just 6 ERA from Corey Kluber. They optioned Domingo Germán. Like I said, the Rays got 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, which I think is huge, like I said.
Coming in at number 11, I'm going to go with the Boston Red Sox, who move up 17 spots from last week. They were 0-3 last week, and now they are 6-3 after going on a 6-game winning streak. Yes, a 6-game winning streak for the Red Sox. The Red Sox here, like I said, it's been the pitching for them. It's not been the hitting at all. JD Martinez has been great to start the season with 5 home runs, 16 RBIs, and a 472 batting average. Yeah, that's in 1 week. Xander Bogaerts, 375 batting average, 0 home runs, 2 RBIs. Rafael Devers, 250 batting average, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. So moving on to the pitching here, Nathan Eovaldi's been very solid with a 1.46 ERA in 2 starts. You've also got Nick Pivetta, who's been pretty decent. Eduardo Rodriguez has not been great, but I don't think the expectations are totally high for him. Adam Ottavino, 11 ERA, not very good. Garrett Richards, 10 ERA. So neither very good, but I think they can get it together. Coming in at number 10, Minnesota Twins, who move up 2 spots from last week. They're 5-4. They are on a 2-game losing streak right now, and the Twins are going to have to play Boston next, which I think is going to be a pretty interesting series here. I do think it will be an interesting series between the Twins and the Red Sox. So, to the Twins here. The Twins so far on the season, Josh Donaldson, I just don't know. Nelson Cruz, he is great. Again, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, 444 batting average. Byron Buxton's playing like an MVP. 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, at a 481 batting average. Max Kepler's been pretty decent. Going on to the pitching here, which has been pretty decent here. Hansel Robles has been good. Jose Barrios has been good, which we're finally maybe seeing that breakout season for him, along with Kenta Maeda. Jay have all been very good. Along with Alex Colomé has not been good, though. 6.75 ERA. Randy Domnak, they paid him like a few $1 million a year, and he all of a sudden forgot how to pitch. 15 ERA for him. Moving on to a team that's moving now 5 spots from last week. It's the New York Mets. They're 2-3 so far. The Mets might get talked about this week because you'll see when that video comes out. It's not going to be a rant. Maybe it is going to be a rant. I don't really know. But simply, it's not going to be a too positive video towards the New York Mets here. The Mets, I'm trying to pull them up right now. They're 2-3 so far. So, yeah. But for the Mets, and here's the thing that I would say with the Mets kind of slow start here, is the fact that there were so many moving pieces this offseason. They brought in Francisco Lindor, Jonathan Villar, James McCann, Kevin Pillar, Taekwon Walker, re-signing Marcus Stroman, who's not necessarily a moving piece, Aaron Loup. I mean, they brought in a lot of pieces. Miguel Castro has been very solid this year. Juris Familia, Trevor May not been very good. Same thing with Dylan Betances, Edwin Diaz. Jacob deGrom still being good. 0.64 ERA, somehow got a loss. For giving up 1 run. Going on to their hitting, Jeff McNeil's been useless so far, and all of their hitting's honestly been pretty useless so far. Like, their hitting has been terrible so far. Now moving on to our team at number 8, the Tampa Bay Rays. They finished at number 11 last week, and they move up 3 spots, 4-5 record. I don't think that really dictates how this Rays team has been doing this year, because I feel like their record doesn't really show the tell here, because simply the Rays won 2 games versus the Yankees, got a win in that series. They're second in the AL East right now. Joey Wendell's been a surprise for this team, 348 batting average with 1 home run and 7 RBIs, along with Randy Arozarena, 314 batting average, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. People are saying he's like a one-hit wonder. I don't necessarily think so. Austin Meadows, 3 home runs, 3 RBIs, and a 242 batting average. Now, moving on to their pitching. Now, Tyler Glasnow, really good so far. He has looked like a Cy Young candidate in 12 innings. 0.75 ERA and an 0.58 whip. Pete Fairbanks is on the IL. Chris Archer's on the IL. So they do have some injuries. But Brett Honeywell looked good, but they did demote him, which is kind of interesting.
Jeffrey Springs looked really good in his 2 outings so far, and Cody Reed looked pretty decent as well. Diego Castillo is their closer right now, just because Nick Anderson and Pete Fairbanks are out right now. Now moving on to number 7, who I'm going to go with the Reds here. They jump up 7 spots from last week, 6-3 record. Last week they were 14. So for this Reds team, I made a video about how they're surprising everybody. So it's not like this Reds team got a video. So yeah, that's pretty, I guess, fun for them. I don't know. So yeah, they play San Francisco next, which should be some winnable games if we are being honest here. And so for the Reds here, Jonathan India has been a bright surprise here. We were expecting him to be pretty decent, but I don't know that we were expecting him to be this good this early. 0 home runs, 11 RBIs, and 379 batting average. Tucker Barnhart, 409 batting average, 1 home run, and 7 RBIs. Tyler Naquin is one of the biggest surprises so far. 5 home runs, 14 RBIs, and a 290 batting average. He has been great so far for this team. Eugenio Suarez, Joey Votto still not been great. Now to the pitching. Luis Castillo's not been great, but he can't get any worse. Same thing with Amir Garrett. Lucas Sims, not very good. But Tyler Malley's been good. Carson Fulmer's been good. Wade Miley's been good. Sean Doolittle's been good. TJ Antone has been good, who I think is a breakout candidate, like I've said multiple times. But overall, this Reds team, I still think can definitely make some noise. Especially with this team, if Luis Castillo can be good and their hitting can stay good as well, then this Reds team is pretty scary in my opinion. Moving up 4 spots from last week, I'm going to go with my favorite team, the Atlanta Braves. 4-5 record. We're not talking about last night's game because, oh my, I'm going to get on a rant, like quick. But 4-5 record. Yeah. So 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a 444 batting average for Ronald Acuna. 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, and a 167 batting average from Freddie Freeman. Just not been good. Same thing with Dansby Swanson. Austin Riley's not been good either. So yeah, their starting pitching has been very good, but it's the bullpen that really lost them all those 4 games because I'm going to be honest, I hate to blame stuff on the umpires so much, but the umpires screwed the Braves out of the game last night. Like I'm not too happy at all. Like no, I'm not happy. No, I'm not happy. I'm not a bit happy about the outcome of that. I don't know what's wrong with MLB's replay, but I think it's just broken. Like I think it's broken. Yeah. Coming in at number 6, the division rival Phillies. Now the Phillies, I'm going to put them at number 6 here because they have played very well so far. 6-3, first in the NL East right now. JT Realmuto has been good. Rhys Hoskins has been good. Didi Gregorius has been good. You've got to look at the pitching, which was everybody's concern coming into the season. The bullpen's been much improved with Sam Conrad, Connor Brogdon, Hector Neris, Jose Alvarado, Zach Wheeler, Brandon Kinsler, Aaron Nola, Zach Eflin. They've all been good for this Phillies team, and I think I will put them at number 6. Moving at number 5, moving up 1 spot from last week. Now into the top 4 for this week's power rankings. I know this has been a long video, but yeah. It's the Los Angeles Angels. This team is surprising pretty much everyone, I think. Jared Walsh has been very good. 385 batting average, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, 294 batting average for Shohei Ohtani. He's been great. Mike Trout, 414 batting average, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. That's what we expect from Trout at this point. Anthony Rendon just landed on the 10-day injured list. So as far as their bullpen, it's kind of been pretty good this season for the expectations here. Their starting pitching has been good enough for what they need. So overall, this Angels team comes in at number 4 in the top 5. I think that's the highest they've made it all season. I know that for sure. But this is the highest they've made it in a few years. So the expectations are definitely high for this Los Angeles Angels team. Coming in at number 3, the trash can bangers themselves, the Houston Astros. They're a good team. Their schedule is very easy coming up. It's pretty easy.
They play the next 3 games versus Detroit. Yeah, versus Detroit. Then they play Seattle, I'm pretty sure. Very winnable games there. Yordan Alvarez has been good with a 289 batting average, 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. Kyle Tucker, average is low, but he's still been productive at 189 batting average, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. So yeah, overall, Altuve's 351 batting average, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Now moving on to the pitching for Zach Greinke's been good. Ryan Stanek, Brian Abreu's been good. Ryan Presley's been good. Overall, very, very good Astros team, and they've got a weak schedule coming up, to say the least. Next team, coming in at number 2, remaining at number 2, it's the San Diego Padres. They are 7-2, and they're still playing some good baseball without Fernando Tatis Jr., obviously. Joe Musgrove threw the no-hitter. That's kind of the topic and conversation for the Padres right now. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a 353 batting average for Eric Hosmer. Manny Machado's been pretty solid, 243 batting average, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Ha-Seong Kim has not been too good, 174 batting average, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, but the expectations, in my opinion, were not very high, just considering the fact that in the KBO was less competition than Major League Baseball. Tatis is on the injured list, obviously, but they've still been good without Tatis so far. They're like a bunch of pitchers have like a 0 ERA. Blake Snell's been great. Yu Darvish has been kind of questionable with a 4 ERA. Chris Paddock, 5 ERA. So, yeah, but this Padres team, is very, very good. And coming in at number 1 for the 3rd week in a row, I would love to put somebody in front of them, just for the simple reason, because why not? But I literally can't. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're first in the NL West right now, 8-2 overall. Zach McKinstry has been very good, not being talked about enough. 321 batting average, 2 home runs, and 10 RBIs. Corey Seager, 0 home runs, 7 RBIs, and a 342 batting average. Mookie Betts, 348 batting average, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. I'm pretty sure he's on the injured list right now. Now to the pitching, where Corey Knebel, Dustin May, Dennis Santana, all 0 ERAs. Dustin May has been great so far. Walker Buehler, 150 ERA. Kenley Jansen's been pretty decent. Julio Urias has been very good. Clayton Kershaw, 2. Trevor Bauer, 4 ERA, not too great. Blake Trinan's not been too great either. But overall, this Dodgers team is the number 1 team in baseball, in my opinion, for right now. They are definitely the number 1 team in baseball right now, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, or not that yet. Okay. Now let's go and review the power rankings. Number 30, Pittsburgh Pirates. Number 29, Texas Rangers. Number 28, Miami Marlins. Number 27, Colorado Rockies. Number 26, Arizona Diamondbacks. Number 25, Athletics. 24, Tigers. 23, Orioles. 22, Royals. 21, Mariners. 20, Giants. 19, Cubs. 18, Nationals. 17, Cardinals. 16, Brewers. 15, White Sox. 14, Blue Jays. 13, Cleveland. 12, Yankees. 11, Red Sox. 10, Twins. 9, Mets. 8, Rays. 7, Reds. 6, Braves. 5, Phillies. 4, Angels. 3, Trash Can Bangers. 2, Padres. And coming in at number 1 once again is the Los Angeles Dodgers. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because like I said, 70% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for watching, and peace.